Welcome to the B2T show, where we empower Christian patriots with truth. This is Rick, your host. All right, here we are on September 21st, Monday, and we have Gene Decode in the house. We're so excited about this part 14 of the underground base details. Before that, we're going to go over some Q drops that we missed the last 3 days. Those of you who saw me, I was traveling. I did a quick update on Ruth Bader Ginsburg in the last video. I think that was Friday night after I was traveling to Hot Springs. I got the estate sale done. It's a sad moment, but we got it done. So it was after 5 or 6 trips there. Looks like I hopefully did not have to be traveling during the weekends too many more times this year. But looking forward to this. This is going to be an awesome show with Gene Decode in the house. that term has kind of caught on, Gene Decode. So we're going to just go with that. And part 14, will probably wrap up all of the USA, the detailed updates that we've been doing here in September. What a privilege that is. And so others coming. We'll talk about that with Gene in a second. I want to start out with just saying hi to everybody and see where you guys are all from. Let me know where you're from. I see Rox was first on. Says, thanks for sharing this info. I'll be back in an hour. That was an hour ago when I put this up. Lori Ann Anderson was in the house. Kevin Bells were here early on. Really appreciate you guys. Flora Nunez, Marion. And then let me go to the bottom and see where you guys are all from. Let's see. We're looking at, Blessed Teach said John Kennedy Jr. will show up with POTUS before election. Yeah, I saw that. I don't believe that at all. So that's I just think it's way too late for that. I think if that happens, it's going to be a later announcement, in my opinion. I've seen Nebraska in the house. Got East Oregon in the house. Hi, Diane. Thanks for being a moderator. Got Australia in the house with Frankie. Thank you for being on. Virginia Beach is here. Patriot for California. We got Canada. A big long word I can't pronounce. What is this? We got Southeast Texas, Ohio. It just jumped on me. India, Japan. Donald from Japan. I love it. Central Pennsylvania, Norway. GHW. Awesome. California's in the house. Southwest Florida, Calgary, New York, Colorado. Wow, it's just going like mad. Thank you guys so much for all being here. Southern California, Colorado, Arkansas. Whew, fun stuff to have the privilege of working with you all here. Let's get into a little bit of the work we need to do with the Q drops. As you see, we left Thursday night and we covered this rig for red, meaning that usually he goes silent for quite some time after that. I showed you a trained medic saying that it was like 10 days or 14 days or whatever after rig for red, but this time he only held out a couple days, because 9/19 we got this, a picture of I think the Supreme Court, where it says equal justice under law, right? You guys will probably, it says SC, Supreme Court .jpg, and the file name is this big long file name, which is always interesting. They'll do some digging on that, I'm sure. And there's a YouTube video. It says September 21 through 25th, track and follow events, running red Q. Red in capital letters, which is interesting. And this is a YouTube that has been pointed to several times with Ronald Reagan talking. Let's listen to the first part of it.
Now let's set the record straight. There's no argument over the choice between peace and war, but there's only one guaranteed way you can have peace, and you can have it in the next second: surrender. Admittedly, there's a risk in any course we follow other than this, but every lesson of history tells us that the greater risk lies in appeasement. And this is the specter our well-meaning liberal friends refuse to face, that their policy of accommodation is appeasement. And it gives no choice between peace and war, only between fight or surrender. If we continue to accommodate, continue to back and retreat, eventually we have to face the final demand, the ultimatum. And what then? When Nikita Khrushchev has told his people he knows what our answer will be. He has told them that we're retreating under the pressure of the Cold War, and someday, when the time comes to deliver the final ultimatum, our surrender will be voluntary, because by that time, we will have been weakened from within spiritually, morally, and economically.
Very good video. Go watch the whole thing. It's a 3-minute video. It's awesome. I'm sure Sure, I'll probably get a copyright claim on that too. I seem to get one almost every video right now, as they're all over me. YouTube is, but we'll see how things go. So I'm trying to be a little more careful with the words I use, etc., just to see if we can keep on this platform. Again, I have the 3 YouTube channels, so if you want to go to my blessedteach.com, look at the bottom, you'll be able to see all 3 of them there. Fortunately, we've been okay on this channel to go live for a while after they pulled me off for 3 months. But we'll look at, got Australia. Jenny's on as well. So tell you what, we've got a worldwide audience today, and that Australian Decode was pretty awesome. If you missed that a couple weeks ago, so find that if you didn't get to see that. So this somebody asked what was running for red. My guess is this is rig for red is when you are coming up rig for red, so you're getting ready for red, which means the submarine's coming up to be able to be at the periscope depth to be able to shoot missiles, right? And it's also sometimes when they're just coming up to deplane, I guess would be the de-submarine, I guess would be the best word. But I think when they say that we're running red, I believe they're ready to shoot, ready to fire, right? That's what I believe that is. And here we are. This is the week we are going to, Gene, you probably know that for sure. Go ahead.
Running red means you're coming up in order, if you're an SSBN, to fire missiles, as well as for regular attack boats. They come up. Running red means you're coming up, being able to fire torpedoes through periscope bearings. And so that's the term for when you're getting ready, they say rig for red, and then after that, you're running red.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So rig for red, you're basically getting ready, and now you are ready, right? Running red is you're ready to shoot.
Exactly.
Awesome. That's good stuff. Yeah. So and this is what we have not had in this country for a long time. Obviously, equal justice under the law, because we had the elites completely controlling. We the people were punished, and those that were for we the people were punished, and the elites had no ramifications for any of their actions, it seemed like. Unless a little slap on the wrist for pedophilia, as in Jeffrey Epstein's case, right? Now here's a longer one that is 4738, and here you have a tweet, and it says, how do you extend lockdowns, economic hardships, unemployment, fear, death count, dementia, Joe, etc., in order to paint narrative mail-in voting? When did the narrative start? March, early, planned? And it keeps on rolling. So, but I wanted to show you what this tweet is, because I'd like to give a feel for what he's talking about here. But there it is, Dr. Simone Gold. We know who she is. She's the one talking about the facts of HCQ, or hydroxychloroquine, which works extremely well, especially when combined with zinc. Some people add a Z-Pack on it for secondary infections. You add those 3 things, it's $20 of treatment. Gets rid of COVID in about 5 days, as far as 5 hours for breathing, and about 5 days is what most doctors are telling us. That is what doctors are telling us. I put links in here to show you the truth. What does this doctor say here? Nevada is now the 7th state to quietly reverse their decision to block HCQ prescriptions for COVID-19. Physicians in Nevada can now once again prescribe HCQ as they deem necessary. Governors lied and restricted medicine that could have saved lives. They should be held accountable. And here's the copy of the Nevada State Board of Pharmacy decision to do that, thank goodness. And you see, the truth is learned, never told. This is part of Q and the plan, showing the people versus telling them. They're telling us in the back channel, but they're showing the world what the elite were going to do to us if they did not take them out. What an amazing post here. Remember, I showed you earlier some links that showed in Africa where they have over-the-counter HCQ, hydroxychloroquine, because it's great against malaria. It's safer than Tylenol, most doctors say. I've put you links up for that as well. So there's lies and slandering of this. Why? Because it would eliminate this supposed plandemic right away. So you have plandemic to planned riots. Release the criminals, do a mask mandate to hide the criminals. All this is similar to the Nazi brown shirt movement or stormtrooper movement. Intimidation, trying to keep people from going to the polls. Now they're trying to get us to vote by mail so they can throw the Republican votes away, in my opinion. I think that's what the Amanda Grace tweet kind of pointed to, or word from the Lord pointed to, is there's people in the post office that are going to be exposed soon that were put there to destroy mail. So if you see anything about that, let me know. So this is how Q responds to that tweet about what they did to hydroxychloroquine. How do you end lockdowns, economic hardships, unemployment, fear, death count, dementia, Joe, etc. in order to paint a narrative, mail-in voting? When did the narrative start? March? Early? Planned? Need to save lives? Plus ballot harvesting? In order to generate a future narrative, election day +1, which casts doubt as to legitimacy of POTUS when constitutional crisis, not all mail-in ballots counted, how many mail-in ballots lost or did not arrive in key battleground states, which could have returned a different result. We must investigate who cast a vote, but it did not register. We must go door to door if needed. Ballot harvest. Our lives are at stake. The sky is falling. In order to legally challenge, delay results, enact riots and chaos in an attempt to overturn coup d'etat. Crimes against humanity? What role will select military inserts play? The bribe. Playbook known. What did we learn from past attempts? Spine. Surveillance plus campaign inserts plus White House inserts. Mueller. Impeachment. Why did it take an outsider to finally deliver the start of peace in the Middle East? Why did it take an outsider to finally deliver the start of finally holding China accountable? The disease called corruption. Running red. Q. Ready to fire. Another way to summarize that. That is fun. That's 4738. What an awesome post here. Here's another one that's relatively long, 4739. It says, strengthen my faith, Lord. Forgive my sins, so that I may be clean in your righteousness. Make me brave, so I can stand and fight the spiritual battles in my life and in our world. Give me your wisdom and discernment, so I won't be caught off guard. Together, Lord, we will win, because in truth, you already have. While evil still roams, the power of your name and your blood rises up to defeat and bring us victory against every evil planned against us. While malicious actions may disturb us, we use the armor of God you have given us to stand firm. You will bring justice in due time for all the harm and needless violence aimed at your children. Until then, we remain in your presence, aligned with your purposes, and we look to you as our supreme commander and protector. Help us to avoid temptation and deliver us from evil, Lord. You are the mighty one, the one who will ultimately bring all evil to light. With you, Jesus, we are safe. Amen. Wow. Now that is a powerful Q drop when you are a red-pilled Christian patriot. This just shows the Q is part of the remnant, and he's looking for the remnant to be fighting this spiritual battle. And there's a lot of still people that are asleep. There's even red-pilled people that are asleep to the spiritual aspects of this. So that's why a lot of Christian patriots, a lot of patriots that are red-pilled are not Christians, right? And so they're not going to be able to fight that spiritual battle. We have to fight that for them. We're fighting for all people to have that true freedom of religion. And that is when Christianity will thrive, when people can find the truth and seek on their own. This is 4720. It's another link that says Q with the link. And the link is to a B-2 stealth bomber dropping a massive ordnance. And I don't think there's any sound of this if I remember right. Yeah, just showing this stealth bomber flying here. See if I can keep going yet. It's about a minute clip. So those of you on the podcast, it just shows the stealth bomber with a massive payload. I would guess those are 6. Whoa. And it opened up to one big large bomb. That's right. Now I remember. And it's showing that this very sophisticated, there's a second one being dropped where these bombs literally have tail fins and the ability to fly themselves right into the exact target. And it has a little tiny red flag, and it lands exactly where it's supposed to. A B-2 stealth bomber drops a massive ordnance penetrator, and you can see it goes into the ground before it blows up. Isn't that interesting that you could go to different depths? What's Gene going to be talking about today? Deep underground military bases. So these penetrate into the ground before they blow up. one of the many weapons potentially being used against these deep underground military bases. Some of the heights of the earthquakes are 0, meaning they happened right at the depth of a dumb maybe entrance or exit, right? Those are the type of things that I think we're looking at. So that's just showing the bombs are going to be dropping. So I think that's the last one we had. I wanted to clear out here. I did want to quickly, before we get to Gene's Decode real quick, just talk to you about the course we just announced. It's fun. We just did a webinar on Thursday, and we have the cart open. We start the actual class on this next Thursday morning. So we close the cart Wednesday night. So we'll be having a show Wednesday night talking a little bit about that as well. But I want to show you this video. It's a new video that California girl backstage, those of you who know her, actually pulled together for me. It's a beautifully done video. I love it when she does her work. And so to advertising her a little bit here too. But this is a little bit about the STWI class. This is a new version. It's been updated. So enjoy. Here it goes.
This is mostly a protest.
Hydroxychloroquine is not effective.
We don't get real news.
Double-digit lead for Joe Biden.
We get controlled propaganda and talking points from an evil cabal.
I know nothing about this.
So I decided to fight back and focus on the fake news media by starting this YouTube channel, and I called it Blessed to Teach, to help teach truth versus lies. Here is a little 30-second. So I started learning of the struggles from my subscribers, and I learned they were frustrated in their efforts to actually share the truth. Many felt disrespected. Some felt lonely. Others felt helpless. Do you fall in any of those categories? Everybody else tells you you should just red pill people, give them bits of information all the time, and they will eventually get it, right? I say, you've got to bond first. I believe those that are being really successful at sharing truth with impact, they first focused on bonding with them. They develop a trust between them. They love them first. We're now launching the Sharing Truth with Impact course and community. You need to practice with your community. You need to learn from other people. The blueprint to this 3-step program. First part is going to be all about bonding and adjusting. The second part is about awakening others. And the third part is about sharing God's good news. That includes the reliability of the Bible, as well as the right God, the right Jesus, and the right gospel. Talk about quite a bit. Now, when I get to the deep state war, you've got to get really good at being able to talk about Operation Mockingbird and make people understand it and have facts to back you up. And be able to do it in a concise, clear, quick manner. Knock them off the fake news. Make sure they understand and start thinking for themselves.
And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
My favorite topic is Module 3. And that's where we get into the reliability of the Bible. I have a method called TAP, Textual Criticism, Archaeology, and Prophecy. Very easy thing to understand and be able to explain. We'll teach you that. And I'm now working with many people just like you to move them from frustrated individuals to becoming powerful impactors that are able to awaken others to the truth of this world, to break through the spiritual fog of the society, and to effectively help our children, friends, and family know God. I want you to picture a day when you are confident with sharing truth with anyone. I want you to picture a day when a good friend or family member comes to you and says, "Thank you for sharing truth with me." I want you to picture a day when you have a community of Christian patriots that surround you and make you feel loved and supported. My name is Rick, and I believe that with proper training and practice, you don't need to feel disrespected, lonely, or helpless, but you can be appreciated, connected, and empowered. right. Incredible video done by a great editor, as I was talking about. But hey, what you'll do is you'll go to the link down below in this, or go just above my head. It says Cart Open. You'll show up every once in a while, and it's really STWI, which is Sharing Truth with Impact. STWI.blessed2teach.com. Remember, the Blessed to Teach is blessed with the number 2 teach.com. Lastly, that's STWI.blessed2teach.com. And I'd love to, again, CART closes on Wednesday, and we all start the class together. And it only takes about an hour and a half per week. Okay, so it's designed for busy people. And they're videos that you'll take on your own time. And then we'll have a live group training session together. You'll be part of a community where you have Facebook functionality to be able to share your information and practice. It's very important for you, those who you want to get really good at sharing truth. This is the window of opportunity that we have that is rare, as the Great Awakening is going to be happening, and we can be part of helping those people come into truth on not only the Red Pill movement, but also on the truth of the Lord. All right, with that, I'm going to bring Gene on and talk about the last part of the actual dumb decode, or the deep underground military base decode. Gene, how are you today?
Well, I'm okay. We'll see if this is the last part.
yeah, exactly. Who knows how long things go. So sorry for the length of that, but needed to catch up on the Q post. Thanks for not letting me get behind too far.
No problem. And so we're going back a little to go forward, as Q would say.
Yeah, I like it.
Because I'm really tired, and I've missed a few things that some of the people emailed me, so I've made those corrections. Thank you, everybody, for keeping this correct. So the first thing I missed is that there's a Kansas City dumb in Missouri and a Kansas City dumb in Kansas City in Kansas. So Kansas, the World of Fun 3, that's not an entrance. There were many entrances for used for shipping throughout the U.S. at the Kansas City, Kansas. Then the next one would be in Missouri, the Kansas City in Missouri. That was the World of Fun 3 entrance at Missouri.
Not sure if I'm able to find that very quick. Since I'm a bad speller.
M-O.
M-M-O, that helps. M-O.
M-O-U.
Okay, thanks. See what page we're on. We're on 8 now, so it's going to be way later than this. Well, I thought that would get it, but I might have to add some more letters.
M-O-U-S-S-O-U-R-I.
Okay. No, man. Not being happy. M-I-S.
Just page down.
Okay, we might just have to do that. Close your eyes. We're going to make everybody dizzy here by scrolling down. Here we are on page 37. Link through here. Arizona. Well, that's A, so we need to go all the way to M, right?
Keep going, yep.
So now we are at, I think I saw an N. New Hampshire, LM.
Back up to Missouri.
Right, it's got to be close to here.
That's New Mexico, or Nevada, rather. That's Nevada. New Mexico.
Still ends. We're on the ends. There is one.
Kansas City, Missouri, regional massive underground storage facility, demonic activity under the entire city, just like the other Kansas City. I'm real tired, so I've been working a lot, so I'm getting kind of blurry-eyed. That's why I miss this when I get the info from my research and everything, the decoding I do. I miss there's 2 Kansases. Switched them around. Many big 18-wheelers going to this one. The primary entrance was the World of Fun 3. It was their World of Fun 3.
Yeah, I've seen videos of this one. Yep.
We watched videos of that previously. Then we go to New York.
Okay.
And we go to Newark, New York.
Okay. Sorry for the scrolling here, but it's the fastest way to find things, it seems like.
Yes, indeed.
New Hampshire.
Get you all dizzy.
Yes, if you could just slow this down, you can find everything. There's New Jersey.
Go back.
New Mexico. Here we are.
Oh, Newark. That is connected to the Brookhaven's lab. which is in New York. In New Jersey, the Newark is connected to the Brookhaven's lab. It works in tandem with it. It's
Okay.
a Nazi Thule Society Mark Orion, Ultra Orion facility, a Montauk research facility that is run conjointly by ITT, ARCO, Exxon. It has a massive demonic alien alliance presence, as well as a Grand Orient Lodge U.S. headquarters. Now, if you go down to New York, you'll see the Brookhaven's lab. So I got confused because they're both Brookhaven's, and my Decode information I got. Oh, there's a thank you. I spelled Kirkland like Costco brand, right? It's Kirtland.
Yeah, all right.
I just shopped at Costco that day, right?
Yeah, there you go. Just scrolling for the green here. Now we're going to New York's probably the most likely one, right?
Yes. Yep.
There's New York. There it is.
So there's Brookhaven's lab connected to the Newark facility. They're literally completely connected electronically, vibrationally, and had tunnels. And it works in tandem, as I said earlier, previously, with demonic help to create the New World Order. Scroll back up, Rick.
I'm sorry, I didn't finish that.
Creation to bring and help in and create a portal, creating a portal like CERN, with the technologies that they had there. So scroll down now. There's a picture of where the lab is on Long Island in New York.
Yeah, we saw that last time, but now you just updated that, right?
Correct.
Awesome, Gene.
Thank you. And then we did all that.
And I can't remember exactly where we left off. I guess I probably should have looked at that.
Quite a ways down.
Did we do all this?
Yeah, I think we did. Maybe we didn't do New York.
I don't think we did New York. I think we were here.
Okay, so let's go back and start New York. We'll start. It
Yeah.
bears repeating anyway.
Yeah,
So
all right.
New York, the flag and the counties of New York.
Oh,
Adirondack Mountains under Alliance control. That's near Elizabethtown, and we just read still under Cabal, the Brookhaven's lab.
So they're still trying to do the CERN thing, huh?
Yeah, they had a synchrotron they call Light Source 2, which is notice the relativistic heavy iron collider. Relativity meaning that you're trying to change relativity with the ion collider. In other words, they're trying to create a New World Order timeline because their timeline has been absconded from their control by God. So they're trying to do something else, trying an end run.
Yeah, they're working. The whole cabal's trying to work against the Lord right now, aren't they? It's not working too well for them.
Yeah, you can't end run God.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. Good try. You're not going to do it. So Camp Hero, which was the old Montauk research facility at Montauk Point, Long Island, it had entrances under old 7-story Montauk Tower in the nearby town of Montauk, under the old Montauk Air Force Station, Block Island, East Hampton, and the hill near Montauk Lighthouse behind the old cement bunkers, and Shadmore area west of the Ditch Plains Public Bathhouse, southeast behind a big large boulder at the base of the entrance, and at Fort Pond Bay. This was a massive Mark Ultra Orion end times forces were stored here, 25,000 hybrids and many high-level demonics, advanced Montauk research facility, as well as Nazi Thule Society and Sacrifice Temple. It was 9 levels.
I think we're giving people extra time. I think we did go through New York.
Yeah, I saw that. We talked about the relativistic stuff there and showed the stage radars running and this old blocked off dumb stuff they had here.
Yeah. But I'd rather redo it than skip it, than miss it, right? Because everybody's going to be going, hey, you missed my state.
Yeah. New York under the entire city, 9 circle sacrifices. Accessed by the Episcopal Church of St. John the Divine at 103rd Street in Amsterdam. Also enters under the Empire State Building and the Lincoln Tunnel. Very deep underground city, supporting very high-tech research. It worked also in alliance with Montauk, as well as ancient Atlantean-related technologies. There was also an East River submarine entrance. The New York metro area, that's now also under Alliance control. Remember, this is all the stuff that we showed previously. You can scan through that so people can get the links and things, and showing the
I remember those
covers that they did with the COVID during the time, and we could see, like, as we can see here, these cardiac drips and things aren't for COVID, they're for people under a different situation. And I totally agree with the tweet by Trump, should be public execution for all to see.
2013.
Fast. Here's a guy carrying Pampers. I mean, for COVID-19. Maybe it was in a Pampers box. I don't know. He got mass in the Pampers box.
Your face diapers, right?
Face diapers. There you go. I like that one, right? That's a good one. So this was a screenshot. People remember. You can see the little backpacks and the penguin humidifiers.
Yeah, not just one of them. And that was for trauma patients, right?
Mm.
By the lighting and stuff.
Yep. Well, unusual.
And
we saw that, as you scroll down here, Rick, on the ship, you had like Orange Crush and all kinds of interesting stuff for people who have COVID.
Yeah.
And then we also had, even more interesting, on the hospital ships, were incubators. I mean, really? Incubators?
Yeah.
That's really odd.
Yeah, what really happened there, I'm sure we'll find out later. This is Timothy Holsmill talking about it too, right?
Yep. That's from his channel. And this, I found out what the circle is a tunnel entrance behind him on the ground.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Before we can figure that out, I'm like, what's the blue hat? I don't know. No, it's the tunnel entrance.
Yeah.
Then there was all kinds of tunnels going from the Clinton Foundation, as you can see here, in different locations, going to the shipping yards and the piers to take young ones from New York to the Clinton Foundation, to Epstein's and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about this pretty oddly white hands with kind of seeming no hair. Then Plattsburgh is under Alliance control in New York, as well as Rochester, which the entrance was under Andrews Street Bridge. The Rome Air Base is still under Cabal control. That's a very large, scroll up please, Rick, base, advanced Montauk research, complete with another Montauk chair in North Carolina. Under Cabal control for both, I have vetted out for North Carolina, is Morgantown in the Brown Mountains, and Oak Ridge, which is a Mark Ultra 7 Project Mannequin facility. Mannequin is part of Super Soldier, Mark Ultra kind of things. Ohio, which I find really interesting, is the flag for Ohio is the only flag that's not rectangular.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Very kind of all-seeing eye looking.
Yeah, I was gonna say a couple of couple pyramids there.
They a little odd.
Yeah,
kind of unique. Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. That's under, actually should be an upcarrot now. That's under attack by the Alliance. Stealth technology prototype craft.
All right.
So it's not cleared yet, but they're working on it right now. The Alliance is going in now.
Woo! Live updates.
Yeah. So there's a aerial picture of Wright-Patterson.
Runways, it looks like.
Yes. Oklahoma. Kind of a beautiful flag.
Mm-hmm. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nothing. It's even 7s versus 13s and stuff. Wow.
under Alliance control is ATA, which is was the FEMA's most sensitive base that was doing human cloning and had heavy demonic activity, as well as Ashland Naval Ammunition Depot that had a dumb connections from the depot ammunition site, where you go into all those many ammo storage went into a dumb underneath that. So you can see all those little tiny dots in that picture is ammo storage bunkers.
Hey, before we get too late into this, Gene, you want to talk a little bit about tomorrow night, of what you can say about tomorrow? I know that a lot of people have joined backstage and Gene Unleashed to get to your show tomorrow night. Yep.
So thank you, Rick. Tomorrow night on Unleashed, I will be going into a underground military bases located elsewhere. Let's put it that way, as well as Hangar 18. Went on the Granada Treaty at Holloman, showing various craft, etc., and non-terrestrial type things. So that's what tomorrow is tonight, and then after that, I'll do a Q&A on Unleashed. Tonight after the show, I'll go ahead and do the Q&A for tonight for about an hour. I can do that.
Secret Decode on DUMS, Deep Underground Military Base. You want to go to blessedtoteach.com if you want to join that. There's going to be some prerequisite videos Gene is going to suggest to you. So that is, we just had a brand new launch, by the way, for those of you who are on backstage, whether you're on Unleashed or not, of a whole new series of Gene's teachings. So I think there's 9 separate lessons there. I think there's 3 of them that he's really suggesting. Do you remember those, Gene, that you wanted? The Law of 7, the Trinity, and I think there's another one.
4 Pillars of Satan.
Okay. 4 Pillars of Satan, the Law of 7, and and I just lost the other one.
Holy Trinity.
That's right, the Trinity. That's my favorite one. And you just go to the backstage link, and that's where you can say sign up now. And again, there's a monthly or a yearly option, and then you can upgrade to Gene in a later time for a little less money than this. And again, this goes down to a 45% discount, only about $8 a month for this. I think people are really enjoying this. If you go to blessedtoteach.com to catch Gene tomorrow night on that Decode, that will be what I call levels 8 and above. And Gene's going, what? You're not even touched my stuff yet. But so front stage, I try to keep stuff to what I call red pill levels 1 through 4, and then in Unleashed we go to deep 4 and 5, 6, 7, and then Unleashed goes into really deep stuff that a lot of people may have an issue with. So don't go back there if you don't have an open mind, please. Okay.
Backstage is level 7. Don't go there unless your mind is open, and then Unleashed is deeper yet. So this is the bunkers, as you can see, at the Ashland's Naval Ammunition Depot. Then under Alliance control also is Binger, which is Alliance Ally Space, Geronimo, which was cleaned on the 20th of April of this year, and McAllister, which is an ancient Nephilim facility, currently under arbitration. If you want to put it that way. Who's going to control this is Oklahoma City, which the entrance is under the Oklahoma City Federal Building.
I guess everybody's asking what time tomorrow. And Gene, I think I usually do it at 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. your time, but you needed to be a little later. So it was 7 p.m. your time we start tomorrow. Is that right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, so 7 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern will be the Gene Unleashed secret decode on the DUMS.
Okay. Right, and then I'll try to do a backstage Q&A on Thursday. And after Thursday of this week, starting Friday of this week, I'll be gone for 2 weeks, so don't expect any answers from emails or anything. I'm going to be on a sacred sabbatical, and I'll be utterly out of touch from everybody other than my wife and my 2 fur babies.
Yeah, Gene's been trying to do that for about 6+ months, Gene, and never got away. So thank you for making sure that happens this time.
Yes, indeed. So Oklahoma City is a massive complex weapon storage arsenal. Top 5 levels are parking with a total of 18 levels. The lower 13 levels are tanks and all types of military craft under the entire city. Quinton, also under Alliance control, is cleaned out as of the 1st of April this year. Oregon. Under Alliance control is Bull Run, north side of Bull Run Reservoir area near Mount Hood, very close to Larch Mountain and south of Benson Street Park of the Columbia Gorge. Under Cabal control is Cave Junction, which is near Holt Mountain, close to Applegate Lake. Then the triple, this was really important to get this one. The Alliance got control of this triple facility under Coos Bay that had 3 separate coordinating domes. The facility farthest east, about 20 miles inland, was in the wilderness near Highway 42. That's been shut down like all the other 2. It is now an old facility, well camouflaged. This was part of the submarine entrance for the China Lake facility, the Coos
Wow. Way down there.
Bay. Yeah. Fort Rock Basin, also under Alliance control. That was a part, again, of the Continental Submarine Tunnel Access System. Klamath Falls under Alliance control. Since September of 95, this has been a base for a number of new world order groups, including the Air National Guard, FEMA, CIA, FBI, Spetsnaz, which is the Nazi SS, Mossad training base, and an underground concentration camp. Some of the 911 airship crews and passengers were in this facility when they cleaned that out. It was built using an abandoned mine with over 36 known miles of tunnels and shafts that were discovered.
Wow.
Then under Crater Lake in Oregon is under Alliance control, as well as Portland, which is another Continental Submarine Tunnel access, and also Weimer under Alliance control, which is in the Ashland Mountain area. That's under a chemical storage facility, and it had many levels.
Now they could just get Portland up above the ground, right?
Indeed. Pennsylvania.
Bunch of counties.
So under Alliance control is the Allegheny Mountains complex, 50 miles south of Pittsburgh. That was an expanded ancient Atlantean system that was a maglev entrance. You can see some of the entrance right here in the parking for the facility to go in. The Blue Ridge Summit, that's actually the picture, I'm sorry, that was Blue Ridge Summit, which is also known as Raven Rock or Site R. That's under Alliance control. It was the major electronic nerve center, 650 feet below the surface, with 350 staff over a 716-acre area, connected via tunnel to Camp David. The NOD installation was involved with psychic and demonic and satellite control over Mark Ultra slaves and others. This underground complex is to allow the government of the United States to escape a nuclear attack. That's the cover story. Raven Rock is the working backup underground for the Pentagon. Sister site is Mount Weather, which is 650 feet below summit, 4 entrances. This enormous complex radiates under Washington, D.C., and connects with many other sites. The site has its own reservoir containing millions of gallons of water. The walls and ceiling of the tunnels are ceramic tile with fluorescent lighting recessed into the ceiling. The tunnel system was used to move some of the mind-controlled sex slaves and for children trafficking for parties throughout the D.C. area.
Wow.
So it was wonderful that they stopped this and got this under control. That logo, patch, whatever you want to call it, satellite picture. Dixonville still under Cabal control. That's an ancient demonic area. Then Iron Mountain, which is actually an underground facility, but not a military. It is near Bowers, built in 1951. It encompassed 1.8 million square feet of developed space, 220 feet underground in a former limestone mine, designated to preserve information against extreme temperature or humidity, natural disaster, pests. It provides for many of the world's most important commercial documents and information stored in a wide range of formats. The high security temperature control facility holds the original negatives for more than 120,000 Hollywood movies, as well as many other treasures. There's a picture of some of the inside of the facility, storage. Then under Cabal control is still New Kensington, which is an ancient demonic area, as well as Pittsburgh, under the entire city of Pittsburgh. It's on to South Carolina. Almost looks Muslim, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Under Alliance control for South Carolina is Columbia, access from Kmart, Walmart, and Sam's Club. It was a FEMA detainment camp, as well as under Alliance control Gaffney, which is a maglev maintenance entrance, Tennessee. Under Cabal control is Gallatin, which is a Mark Ultra and Satanic Ninth Circle sacrifice area.
Yeah.
Under Alliance control is Tiptonville.
Bummer, we still haven't got that one. Hopefully,
Yeah,
close that down soon, huh?
indeed. Texas, your home.
There we are.
Under Cabal control is Alpine, which is a Mark Ultra Ninth Circle sacrifice area, as well as Athens, a dark alliance and demonic space. Under Alliance control is Calvert. Under Cabal control, Dallas, under the entire city. Some demonics in that area. Under Denton is now under Alliance control. That was a FEMA regional center that had a lot of secret activity as well. Also under Alliance control is El Paso, which was human and drug trafficking hub for the entire U.S. And then Fort Hood under Alliance control. That was home of some of the Delta mind-controlled Mark Ultra Orion link teams, which means link teams means they're psychically linked. So like the teams we saw where they go into a Walmart and they're all linked together with implants that are, so they're hive mind. And then they have a coordinator that's not on site coordinating their movements like they're one individual with many bodies, so to speak. This also had a detainment camp for end time scenario. Under Alliance control also is Fort Stockton. Cabal is Fort Worth. Alliance is Pecos and Red River Arsenal, Utah. Under Cabal is Alpine, ancient demonic dome. Under Alliance is Canyonlands National Monument, under most of the entire monument, actually. This was an ancient advanced White Hat Alliance force. This has been under Alliance control since the beginning. This is a foundation for the Alliance in this part of the continent.
Wow. So this Canyon Lands Nation thing?
Yes.
Interesting.
Then Dugway was taken out on the 2nd of April. People can remember all the earthquakes. Dugway Proving Ground underneath it.
Interesting.
No, it's not a dome. Can't be. No, just the base, right? What's that?
Yeah.
Then Granite Mountain under Alliance control as well.
Those are pretty big entrances, aren't they?
Yeah. Kennecott Copper Company, also under Alliance control, was connected to the Illuminati and the KKK. This mine is reported to have was owned by the World Bank. This facility had massive gold reserves as well as the DNA library. If people remember the old X-Files, and Agent Mulder went in. This is where he went in. They found all the DNA storage facility for people who got polio vaccines, and they took all their DNA and libraried them all there. This is where all people receiving the vaccine since the advent of the polio vaccine. That was located just outside Salt Lake City and in service by the Union Pacific Railroad. This was also connected to the more high up, and I'm going to stress this, high up Mormon church. You may not be up there. Oh, that's not more. Yeah, high up, okay? If you're tithing 50%, that's what I'm talking about. Then you would know about this. This mine receives used to receive a heavy volume of trucks after 11 p.m. Also under Alliance control is Little Cottonwood Canyon, which was an ancient advanced White Hat Alliance Forces facility. So they didn't take that. They've had it from the get-go. And then Mount Nebo is now under Alliance control. And then under Cabal control is a double base built, Salem and Thistle, which is an ancient demonic base. Salt Lake City is now completely under Alliance control. They had accesses from the airport, as well as from the Crossroads Cinema area plaza. This is the largest U.S. dome.
Wow. I wouldn't have known that.
Yeah. Which kind of makes me amazed because I thought Denver was bigger, but this one was bigger. So it had over 1,000 square miles of area that extended all the way into Colorado and Utah, with maglev tunnels and highway system hub for the entire U.S. This was a FEMA regional center. It also had synthetic research, and including hybrids, as well as the Orion Mark Ultra Advanced Super Soldier End Times Forces production.
Whoa.
So that cleaning that was oof. Twin Peaks is Alliance, still under Cabal. Under arbitration right now, still being fought for, Zion Canyon. This is the main hub for the Continental Submarine Tunnel System. They take this and they control, whoever controls this controls the hub for the entire undercontinent submarine tunnel system.
Interesting. So isn't a lot of human trafficking here as well?
Massive.
Yeah.
Because they're talking the Mormon Church, they part of the reason they wanted multiple wives and things with blue hair. Yeah, today, blue eyes and blonde hair is because they were part of the tithing as their children. The guys would have lots of wives so they could have lots of children, so they could get up and they would do the rites as per the satanic system of firstborn child. That's the firstborn child of any wife.
Yeah, and I'll mention that the formal LDS church does not have multiple wives, but there's a lot of offshoots around that have that problem. Really big part of the problem. Fundamentalists, etc. Yeah.
Exactly. Vermont. Massive cabal control system here of 3 interconnected bases, which are located northeast of Burke, under Essex, Orleans, and Caledonia, called the Northeast Kingdom. There you can see
all the counties.
Yes, Virginia. Under Cabal control, Bell's Cove, which is a high-level Mark Ultra Ninth Circle sacrifice area. Now under Alliance control is Mount Weather base. That's Mount Weather. So we mentioned that earlier. Federal Preparedness Agency and FEMA. Small city underground, top secret staff of several hundred. Does secret work for FEMA. Contains a complete secret government with various agencies of cabinet level ranking administrators that keep their positions for many administrations and ran the U.S. This was a COG facility. Continuity of government is what COG stands for. FEMA and main hub. 250,000 gallons of water storage, as well as the ability to process 40,000 gallons a day of sewage for a treatment plant, hospitals, and a massive supercomputer system. Mount Weather is also known as a relocation site for high levels of U.S. and civilian military leaders in the event of a national emergency. There's satellite pictures of Mount Weather. And there's one of the fortified door entrances.
Lots of vents here. This is what I have on my thumbnail right now.
Yep. Scroll back up, Rick, to the tunnel entrance.
This one here. Okay.
What you're seeing is unusual. Notice the lady in the gown with the red sash. That's satanic.
Yeah.
So this is an old picture, as you can tell. But still, you had satanic stuff going on here. There's the above ground part of it. And below that is some of the underground pretty heavy doors, solid double doors. There's looking down. It goes all the way up under the mountain above it and into that as well. Emergency Operations Center. Under Cabal control is Culpeper still, which is 2 miles east of Culpeper on Route 3. It's Illuminati Federal Reserve. 140,000 square feet, includes a facility for storage for corpses. Monitors all major financial transactions in the U.S. by the means of Fedwire and a modern electronic system. Also under Cabal control, of course, is Langley. The below ground under the C_A headquarters also has advanced craft storage, and there's a picture of it from above. And if you know what you're looking at, you can see some of the Masonic symbols in the construction of the facility.
The farm, right?
The farm.
Mm-hmm.
Pentagon under Alliance control. Arlington multi-level underground facility. Mount Pony under Cabal control is near Culpeper. Under Alliance control is Tazewell. It's a maglev maintenance entrance, as well as from during Hurricane Dorian, people remember the Decode they did where they gained control of Treasure Island, which is a nuclear waste and Mark Ultra Orion Delta facility for end times programming. And scroll up, please, Rick. This was taken under control, as I said, during Hurricane Dorian. You can see that non-blessed teacher, where did the Hurricane Dorian decode?
Yeah.
Double center under Cabal control is Warrington Training Center. It's one is on Route 802. The other's on Bear Wallow Road on View Tree Mountain. Station A and Station B. The purpose is currently unknown. Washington State.
Oh.
And Washington under Cabal control is Bothell. That's a FEMA regional center. What else they're doing with it is not known currently, as well as Ellensburg. This is another one, a new one I added. It's a maglev service interest, as well as Naval Base Kissel. It's the Bangor Submarine Continental Entry Point for the U.S. Naval Base at Bangor near the east shore of Hood Canal. There's an aerial picture of Naval Base Kissel. There's a SSBN with some of the door, missile tube hatches open.
Mm-hmm.
There's a ship in dry dock.
Dry dock. Doesn't look too dry.
They're draining it down. That's what it looks like when you are flooding it up. Probably flooding it up to release the ship. It looks like it's been completely overhauled and ready to go to sea just about.
Okay.
Other than some scaffolding around the sail there.
Mm-hmm.
There's another SSBN being pushed into port.
Mm-hmm.
Fort Lewis under Cabal control is an entrance for Madigan Military Hospital. Mm-hmm. This is a MyLab facility, and it has a lot of demonic presence, as well as Illuminati West Coast headquarters. Also, Mount Rainier is under Cabal control still. That's advanced craft research, and ancient Lemurian record vaults are there. And you can see there's obvious, looking at the picture of Mount Rainier, it has some pretty odd weather.
Yeah. That looks really odd, those clouds. It's not normal, is it?
Not to me. I don't see that in mountains in Colorado. I've been growing up in mountains in Colorado for 60 years. I don't never see that.
Yeah, wow.
Inversion, I've seen plenty of inversions. I don't see that. Okay, so also under Cabal control is Mount St. Helens. After that cooled down, they put a dome in it. So it's electromagnetic and ultrasound research. Then Sudden Valley under Cabal control, and Yakima had help with a Native American group there to get that under alliance. They joined, and that's under Topanish Ridge across from the Indian reservation at Yakima. It's high-level advanced area craft as well as demonic activity was there.
Interesting.
Washington, D.C., under the White House. This is the secret NOD underground installation with several levels connected to the intelligence groups like NSA, CIA, as well as many other nefarious groups. It lays under the White House with tunnels connecting all it with the House of the Temple and all other DC facilities. A real anthill of tunnels is what I was told. Scottish Rites House of the Temple Supreme Council of 33rd degree and above was there, which has a 14 by 20 foot room in it with the 13 chairs where the Illuminati's Grand Druid Council met. This is now all under White Hat control.
Nice.
Yep, along with the Treasury. And Vice President's Mansion. Go Alliance. West Virginia. Under cabal control is Point Pleasant. That's a massive demonics facility. Sugar Grove's under Alliance control. That's the Navy Strategic Intelligence Service and Microwave Communications. Another Warrington base is under cabal control. I know there seems like redundancy here in words, which come more of one of the same thing sometimes. Also under Alliance control is White Sulphur Springs. People remember previously that's called the Greenbrier Motel. You can actually hotel for the continuity of government for the House of Representatives and the Senate. It's a mini city that can hold 800 people, equipped with its own crematorium.
All right.
And you can get tours of that if you go to DC. And you got the standard Masonic black and white floor.
Yeah.
Just gotta have their symbols.
You gotta have that. Yeah.
There was a secret nuclear bunker buried underneath Greenbrier in West Virginia. It's one of the nation's best kept secrets. It was intended, like I said, for continuity of government for the Senate as well as the Congress. And there's some links there that talk about it that we went to previously.
Just jump to it real quick to show.
We are here at White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia.
Pretty cool. This is one here.
The Greenbrier facility was intended for continuity of government. It was codenamed Casper. This is beneath West Virginia wing of the previously mentioned hotel, which includes a complete medical clinic. Construction of the facility began in 1959. The steel reinforced concrete walls of the bunker are 20 feet thick, 20 feet below ground level and 2 feet thick. The facility includes separate chambers for the House of Representatives and the Senate, as well as a larger room for joint sessions. They are in the exhibit hall of the West Virginia wing, which includes vehicular and pedestrian entrances, which can quickly be sealed by blast doors. They don't even hide this because you can actually go and get, it's a tourist attraction and get tours of it.
A replica of the White House. Interesting.
Wisconsin.
Packers.
Yeah. Cabal control for Wisconsin is Badger Army Munition Depot, that's known as Baraboo, and Stevens Point, Wyoming. Lander, that's under Cabal control, that's under Mount Teton, which you can see there.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's incredibly beautiful. As well as under Cabal control is Riverton, which is under St. Helens Hills, and a separate facility called St. Helens Hills, and then Sheridan, under Sheridan, Wyoming. And then Puerto Rico. And these are all under Alliance control, although continually to be cleaned out. It keeps it going and going and going and going out under the ocean. It doesn't seem to end. Is the Guanaco Complex, which is a massive dome that extends under the entire land and out under the ocean on all sides. It was a demonic base. It held human trafficking, children, and drugs for the entire Caribbean area.
Wow.
And then the other complex that we can see here is San Antonio. And that's under Alliance control as well. And there's a link to a lot of stuff here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 links. All right. Do you want to try any of these, Gene, or not?
Sure, go ahead. See if they still work.
Deep underground military bases here. There's a bunch of other information. I know we ran through most of the hour here, Gene, but another show might be kind of interesting is just a Q&A on I know we have over 2,700 people on asking all kinds of questions that we haven't had time to get to.
I can do that. I can do that.
So maybe when you get back from your sabbatical, we can do a Q&A.
Yes, indeed. That'll give people time to research and get questions built up.
Yeah, so why don't we look at that for about 2.5 weeks from now or so, if you guys just get a bunch of Q&A questions built up. I know, Gene, I don't know if you'd like to share that or not, but do Do you have a gut feel for percentage of the U.S. under control?
That's down at the end of this. You'll see.
Okay. Keep on rolling then here. Underground hideouts. Whole show on that. This is a lot more links than we used to have, Gene. There's a lot of people, DUMBs are becoming very well known since you started reporting on this a year ago or so, right?
Yeah, these don't exist at all. Just a few, like Cheyenne Mountain, Iron Mountain. There's a few of these. Continuity covered. No, there's no big stuff like this. It's Gene's fantasy world.
Yeah. Tunnels under the U.S. and deep military underground base. DUMBs. A lot of... tons of information all over this so that you'll know this isn't made up. Gene's source has been able to confirm this, and Gene's really thorough about making sure he's got multiple confirmations before he reports on one.
Yeah, so a lot of people send me a lot of information. I have to have more than one source. So if you sent me something and you don't see it in here, that's why. I don't do it unless I have multiple sources.
Right. Those of you that have Backstage Pass, you can ask some of your questions also on Thursday night. Gene can't do that tonight. We all still also open up Backstage after this show. For those of you, I know there's a lot of people that do.
Yeah, I can do about an hour Backstage tonight.
Oh, you can. Okay, cool. And I think they'll do communion. We do communion and Backstage on Monday nights, so that's kind of a cool thing.
Can I do communion? Then I'll wait till Thursday then.
Okay.
I can't wait till after communion. I'll be too tired.
Okay.
I'm already tired.
But we'll get you Thursday night for Backstage. But obviously tomorrow night's the big night for those of you who are Unleashed. They have upgraded to Unleashed, and again the secret stuff that we'll get into more details on. Again, they have to have an open mind. Get through the 3 videos we talked about, right? The Trinity, the number 4, and Satan's something.
4 pillars of Satan, the Trinity, and the Sacred 7.
Sacred 7. There you go.
Also would recommend watching the space programs.
The secret space programs would be a 4th one.
A page all the way to the bottom, Rick.
Okay.
Read the lower part there.
Equals 149 is 57.4.
All controlled is 149.
Okay.
This is 4% of DUMBs claimed by number, but by volume of the amount of cubic area of in facilities cleaned, it's 87. So it's 57.4 by the number of DUMBs. It's 87% by the volume of DUMBs.
Gotcha. And if Trump and the White Hats prioritize this by children, could even be a higher percentage, right?
Percentage still the same, but they prioritize it by children and strategic value.
Makes sense. Well, yeah, so we'll do that. We'll have another part 15 on Q&A for the deep underground military bases. Obviously, you have other work going on too, Gene, on some South Africa and others. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get ready to do South Africa. I don't think I'll make it till I get back.
Right.
But the South Africa team's ready for me to do a Zoom conference so we can get that done. And I'm also working on the European, and I'm currently finished British Isles, Greenland, Iceland, and I'm working on Sweden and Norway currently. And I'm working my way through Europe. So probably by the end of November, I'll have Europe Decode ready.
So we got episodes 15, 16, 17, 18 being planned, it sounds like.
There you go.
This is wow, exciting stuff. This is really well done and so exciting, Gene. Especially this 253 pages in this. So this entire PDF is going to be put Backstage. I think I have it there right now, but all the new green ones that have been updated will be up there. Next couple days we'll get it there. So again, you can have access to this entire PDF. Now, the pieces we go over will be in each show notes. So if you sign up for the show notes at blessedteach.com, blessedwiththe2teach.com, you'll see whatever we reviewed on that show. If you want the entire PDF, you need to go Backstage. And if you want the secret DUMBs information that Gene's going to go over in what I call level 8, red pill level 8 and above, will be tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Gene's time, 8 p.m. Central. is when we will be starting. So I'll get an email out. I like to wait to send that email out until I get more people a chance to join. So I usually send that out about 2 hours beforehand. So be looking for that. I also put a link for it on the Backstage. So if you somehow don't get an email and it goes to junk mail or whatever, go to Backstage. Okay. I want to show you one other thing that I thought might be kind of fun, Gene, if you have a second more. I was going to show them on this other browser, on my second screen over here on this browser. I'm going to log into the Kajabi platform and show you guys this new thing that Robert, who's on the team, just joined the team, is just doing a great job of. And he just pulled together he's taken all this massive information that Gene's been giving out and talking to people on Backstage, and which have sometimes been 5-6 hour videos, right? With Q&A and a lot of other just community support information, which some people just love. Some people are going, hey, just give me the facts, right? We talked about different personality types. So what Robert's done is taken nuggets of information and pulled it together in a much more concise format and put it in a course. So you can have 9 videos to really go and understand that. So I think you're going to really love this. So let me see if I can find it here. Here it is. So I'm going to go to preview, and this will hopefully help some of the people that are already Backstage. So here's just part of Backstage. I don't have time to give a full tour. I have an introduction video there for you that join, where you can watch the video and kind of understand the entire platform. But there's a lot to this, which includes searchy platforms, the community unleashed, as we were talking about, searching the whole site, etc. And but we've just added this link to Seeking the Truth courses. This here will be taking a lot of teachings of Gene's down to a smaller part. So our vision is to have a lot of these as we continue to get. So there's so many smart people Backstage, or experts in Jewish holidays, experts like Les on China, and so we might pull the best of Les together and all this. But right now we focus on Gene's massive teachings. It'll take a couple months to probably summarize all these. But if you go to here, you'll get a link right here to this big huge link right here, right? And that'll take you to a whole nother product of courses. And this is basic teachings from Gene. And so these are, again, cut to where when there's a lot of discussion that go down bunny trails are cut out. And so it's really more concise. And it's got 8 lessons. He's got a 9th one that will be coming up tomorrow morning. But this is an introduction, a new way to be human. The rule of 4. And this will be cut a little bit less time than going to the full length video, if you will. And then lesson 2, 432 gigahertz God's frequency. Lesson 3, the triune nature of God. So there's 2 of the 3 Gene wants you to get. There's lesson 4 is the sacred nature of 7. So again, you'll be ready if you just watch the lesson 1, 3, and 4 to be hitting the show tomorrow night. There's also the 4 pillars of Satan. The vastness of space is another one Gene would love you to take. Lesson 6, secret space programs. Q&A, secret space program and space wars. Gets in a little more detail. Trump in charge of the UK's military. Some other things going on. You'll love this course. It's a much more concise way to get hundreds of hours of information that we consolidate down here, which will probably only take you 5 or 6 hours versus the hundreds of hours that you would have to find it then. So this is going to be a real popular way to concisely put the topics of what Gene's talking about. And and he's even taken more concise stuff that'll be by topic area, which will be a whole nother course that'll be coming soon. This will all be available free for Backstage. So if you're paying for Backstage, this comes as just saying thank you to you all. Gene, I can't wait till you get a chance to look at this and see what you think. But this introduction is phenomenal. So
I already looked at that, and I want to tell Robert thank you. It's really wonderful. It's excellent work, and I appreciate them. I understand and know the amount of massive time you put into this. Mm-hmm. And it's just so wonderful that people now have a basic course system they can go through to get up to speed, because when you go to Backstage, there's people that have been there for over a year, and it seemed like you're learned to dog paddle today, and then you decide to swim the English Channel in the middle of winter. It was like going Backstage. It was like, whoa. So here's a really good way to get up to where you can do a good breaststroke and get across the English Channel, at least in the summer, is doing this wonderful course put together by Robert. So thank you so much. And I wanted to tell all those in chat, I can't do chat while I'm doing a show anymore. It's just, I'm too tired and I have to focus too much. But I did see all your comments. I just don't comment back. And I want to tell all those, especially people from all over the world, like, Europe and Norway, Sweden, Japan, I mean, everywhere. I know that it's hard for you to get here, and I really appreciate you being here live. It's so wonderful you to, I know it's way out of time for you. So thank you so much for being here, and for everyone, and for the corrections. I'm tired, so if you found I made a mistake, understand I'm really tired. I'm not getting a lot of sleep, and I'm doing bad. I worked 8 hours today with a person I met on backstage who helped me unload my crawl space for 8 hours into a U-Haul truck, because we're getting ready to have it dug out to make it into a really storage room, so I can have my 5 years of food without crawling around in a storage room. But in a crawl space, I can have a real storage room. So a person is helping me today and tomorrow and for many, many days, is helping me really, really hard. And I worked him so hard, he threw up.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And he was like, I'm not used to this pace. So sorry about that. I really appreciate your work. Sorry I worked you so hard you got sick. Part of learning your body, martial arts teaches you that.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a young guy, but not used to. I have 44 years martial arts. I haven't ever hit anyone who keep up with me working other than my wife. She can come close. Martial arts gets you in amazing shape. So thank you, everybody. God bless you all. And in the name of the one true God of all creation and love, light, and compassion, that created all things, and in his only holy divine Son, Jesus Christ, and in the Holy Spirit, we ask that all those that are pursuing the end of the cabal throughout the world, whether it be below us, above us, or on the earth, that they be given the armor of God to rescue the children, to bring forth freedom for all of humanity, and that this blasphemy to God and his creation never be allowed to come about again, and that everybody wake up to the truth and understand that it's through our lackadaisical attitude and our go along to get along that we cannot continue to do that, and to wake up to the truth of God and his creation and his laws, and to stand up for those laws, and to stand up for the children, and to stand up for yourselves, your neighbors, your family. And we ask this in the name of the one true God of all creation. As it is said on earth, let it be done as it is in heaven, and sealed for all time.
All right. Thank you so much, Gina. I just wanted to go over one Bible verse just in the spirit of always keeping in the Word of God. This is BibleMemory.com. You go to blessedtoteach.com, blessed with a T-O this time, versus my website, which is blessed with the number 2, teach.com. But this is Acts 17:11, and this is where you can go through, type it while you're looking at it, and then you go to every other word, and it flips to every other word in the opposite, and then you can master it without even looking after a while. But I just want to read this and pray real quick to wrap up the show. Acts 17:11. Now the Berean Jews were of more noble character than those in Thessalonica, for they received the message with great eagerness and examined the scripture every day to see if what Paul said was true. And this is what I was saying. If you they didn't sit there and say, Paul, what's your background? Who are you? They said, what is he saying, and is it true? And that's what Gene emphasizes a lot, is don't worry about who Gene is, worry about what he's saying, and vet it out. And so what did the Berean Jew, why were they more noble? They're more noble because they received the message with eagerness, and they actually examined to make sure, they examined the scripture every day to see if what Paul said was true. So that's what we're supposed to do, think for ourselves. Make sure anything you hear on this show or any other show, that you're thinking for yourself, examining evidence for yourself, right? And that's exactly what they did here, to realize that, yes, Jesus is the one true Son of God, and he's the narrow path, he's the only way. With that, let me pray. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for Acts 17:11 and other scriptures that just show how we need to think for ourselves. Just like Hugh's telling us, also the Bible, the living Word of God tells us to think for ourselves and to examine the scriptures every day to see if what anybody's teaching is true. And thank you for giving us that mind and allowing us to understand that we are trying to be controlled. I mean, the cabal is trying to control us, and then we need to break through. We need to help other people break through that mind control. Lord, allow that to happen. May the great awakening happen. May you save the children. Thank you for allowing us to be part of this and let us know how you want us involved. We submit to you, Lord, and we love you. And we say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. All right, with that, Gene, again, once more, thank you so much for your service to all of us.
Thank you, Rick. And thank you, all my Blessed to Teach family. I love you all. God bless you all. May you all be protected in the divine, powerful armor of God, you and all your loved ones, and find and walk the truth as the scriptures is given to us by the one true God of all creation and his holy Son, only Son, Jesus Christ.
All right.
So thank you, Rick. And I couldn't do any of this without Rick. When God told me to go to Rick and that he needed his information through me to get out, that he gave me through the entire world. And I'm like, through Rick on Blessed to Teach, he's got like 37,000 subscribers. I was like, go to the whole world. Well, now I know. I mean, it's just through Rick, and thank you for Rick, and God bless him, because, I have, like, Wednesday I have an interview with a group in Bolivia, in Colombia, and then I have interviews all over, and these decodes have gone into, I think it's 17 languages so far.
17 languages. Wow, that is crazy. Yeah, so God brought all these people from all over the world that are just brilliant people to Gene through this channel. It's just so humbling. So
yeah, it's amazing. People saw the decode that Amanda put together from Australia, and that group is incredible. Mm-hmm. And the Africa group is ready too, and they're incredible. Yeah. And the European groups are getting, the German and the coordinators there. And I mean, it's just people from everywhere. And then, translating it into Finnish and Russian and Polish and Sweden, Portuguese and down in South America, and Spanish and Spain and in South America. And, it's just incredible. It's such an honor to have so many people to spread the truth of what has been done to humanity to get the freedom for the children. And that's the reason why I do this, the first and most primary reason. And then the second reason is that for humanity to get their freedom. And that's why I'm here to serve God in order to accomplish that. And, I thank God for sending me and sending Rick to me and sending me to Rick. And it's only through his kindness, his generosity, and his incredible honesty that this has been able to be done. And I want to bless him and his family, and to give them protection, God, and extend the armor of God upon them. And thank you so much, Rich. God bless you.
And that goes the other way too, Gene, as you know. I love you, brother. And I tell you what an interesting. I just want also to. You were talking about the Australian Decode. Those of you who've joined Backstage recently, there's a lot of you. Make sure you go back and watch that after the Australian Decode, what happened backstage. Wow. It was like a whole nother decode and a whole nother level of information. And that's probably similar to what we have looking forward tomorrow night on Unleashed. But I don't.
And again, don't go to that Unleashed unless you're really, really ready to go to Rick's level 8, Gene level 6.
That's right.
Maybe Rick level 9-ish almost.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get I got a really wonderful show I put together.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Q&A after that.
Yeah, the Q&A part is a fun part of that whole deal as well. So then you'll get I'm just so excited about tomorrow night and about just reminded me, do not miss, if you joined Backstage already, make sure you go back and find the Australian Decode and watch that show afterwards. You'll love it. All right.
And, Backstage and Unleashed, I want to explain to people it's behind a paywall for a reason.
Yeah.
Because already some of the stuff I put on Rick's platform, Blessed to Teach, it's had his channel pulled for a long period of time. And he had to go his backup channel, and that got pulled. He had to go his backup. So if this were to be on, you wouldn't see it at all. It would be yanked off here, and you wouldn't have this information available to you at all. So it allows for you a way to where you can get this information, because they're censoring YouTube like crazy. And so it allows for a way to get this information out where the censorship won't yank it completely away. So I just want to say, it is necessary to have this behind a paywall and not on YouTube, because it wouldn't be on YouTube for more than an hour. It's pushing it. So thank you so much for Rick to put up all of these platforms, the Backstage, the Unleashed, and his YouTube channel to allow all this information to come out on what's going on. Thank you so much, Rick. God bless.
Yeah, we appreciate it. All right. Hey, with that, guys, we're going to go backstage now. So join me in about 4 or 5 minutes. And Gene won't be there tonight, but he will be there on Thursday night. But communion here will start here shortly. God bless you guys, and we'll catch you next show. You've just listened to the Blessed Teach Show. You're now empowered with the truth. Don't miss the edited short B2T clips on a new channel called B2T Clips. A big thank you to all the supporters on Patreon and PayPal. You are truly appreciated. For the links to these sites, as well as links for show notes, Backstage with Blessed Teach, training courses, and more, visit blessedtoteach.com. That's blessed with the number 2, teach.com. God bless, and be sure to go empower others with the truth.